We are definitely giving sloppy chic with this hair. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rochelle, for those of you who are new. Thank you so much for clicking on, and Happy New Year! It is a new year, it is a new day. I hope you all have started your year in a happy and healthy state. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my New Year goals or New Year resolutions. These are things that I kind of brainstorm, that I've been wanting to work on, that I've been slowly working on. The new year, it's the time where we're a little bit more inspired to make a conscious effort to work on the things that we know that we have been meaning to work on, or that we have been working on already, and I guess we just go gung-ho on those things. So these are mine. I'm going to share with you guys. Mine are pretty basic, I'll be honest. I don't have anything specific. I feel like the older I get, the less specific they are. Some are going to be kind of vague and some of them are going to be kind of specific, so I'll just dwell into them. And I have my laptop down here, so if you're wondering what's going on when I'm looking down here, it's because my laptop is literally right here. My first New Year's goal, and this is kind of a weird one that it would be first, but I guess it was just the one that made it on the list first, is to eat scheduled meals. And the reason why I say that, I kind of struggle with my eating and my meals. I don't eat the healthiest. I'm not the healthiest eater. I absolutely know that. So I'm the kind of person who skips breakfast, sometimes even skips lunch. And so when I'm really hungry, I will go to the first thing that I'm near. And if I'm outside, then that's something, you know, that's outside food, sometimes fast food. So I'm spending unnecessary money and I'm not choosing the best choices because usually I'm very hungry. And then at that point, I'm binge eating because I'm so hungry that I am just wanting to eat as much as possible, and I eat really fast. So that's something I want to stop doing. So I want to schedule in my meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, whatever is needed, so I can cut that out. I know that's going to be kind of tough. It can be tough for people who are on the go, who are not just staying at home. I'm not staying at home. My new schedule is a little bit different, so I'll revisit that, but I'm not staying at home 100%. So it's a little bit tough, but I want to schedule around that and just plan my meals according to my lifestyle and my schedule, so that I am not making any kind of mistakes of spending money and binging. I also just recently heard of this thing called rainbow eating. I didn't just hear of it, but I guess I just heard of it again recently, consuming all of this New Year's content. A lot of people have been talking about rainbow eating, so I would like to try that when creating my meal plan and grocery shopping. Just instead of focusing on what not to eat, just focus on what to eat, and the colorful the meal, the more healthy, I guess, in variation of foods. I have my habit tracker inside of eating scheduled meals. So I'm creating a habit tracker. Well, I borrowed a habit tracker template. It was a free one. I borrowed it and I'm using that for my goals, including my New Year's goals. So for this one, I have clean eating in my habit tracker. So we'll see how that goes. I'll show you more of that later. I wasn't going to dig too deeply into my computer portion of it or the tracker, but I did want to share that eating healthy meals, eating scheduled healthy meals, is one of my New Year's goals. So the next item on my New Year's goal list is healthy body. And the reason why I say that is because I don't feel like my body is the healthiest that it could be. I tell my mom all the time, I am way too young for the kind of bodily issues and concerns that I have. One of them, my back or my knees, or just like joint issues and just being exhausted and tired and struggling with focus. And so one of the things that I want to do is really take time to actually care for my body and move my body. So I have here more movement, and that's in yoga, stretching, going to the gym, just moving my body. You know, we all need exercise, we all need to move. Sometimes I don't, no, not even sometimes, I don't at all prioritize moving my body, and that's something that I really want to just implement in my schedule as a priority. I mean, it's the only body I get, so I feel like it deserves a little bit more attention. I also have in my healthy body category, regular doctor visits. That's something that I am horrible at. Like, I haven't had a doctor visit in a long time, and it's just not great. So if I want to do regular checkups, but then I also, if I do have a concern, I'm not just gonna walk it off, sleep it off, and drink water and call it a day. I actually want to be more in tune with my body, pay attention, and actually take care of it. If I have a concern, go see a doctor. So that's in my healthy body category. That's a pretty important one. So I do definitely want to take that a little bit more seriously. I do not have it in my habit tracker, but I think I'm going to add it. I don't know how I'm going to actually add that in my habit tracker to check it off. So I'll see how I'll work that in. So this next one is kind of the biggest one, only because it's the one that is seen in the whole entire span of my day. And that is a focus routine. I would say up until this point, I have not had a routine for a while. I've been a student, I just graduated. And so I've been focusing on studying and keeping up with my homework and working on my grades and things like that. So I've been sort of, I called it survival mode, right? I've been on survival mode. I've been doing school, studying, and then I actually worked. Yeah, so that's one of the things that I want to do, work on a routine. I've been on survival mode. I'm finally graduated, so I can actually stick to a schedule. I don't have to just be moved around every 6 months and have my whole life change. So I'm really excited about that. For the time being anyways, I'm still gonna have to go to grad school, but in the meantime, I'm really excited about sticking to a schedule. So for now, because my iPad is still out of commission, I'm using Notion for my schedule. I'm just gonna see how that works. So far, I really like that I can kind of use different kinds of things. Like I have tables and my calendar in there, and I have the little bullet points and check mark things that I can use, which is really cool. So I went ahead and created a routine that I'm going to be trying to stick to for this month. I created something for January, a schedule and everything, to see how that works. So I'm using Notion to keep track of my routine, including the habit tracker. I'm also going to be using time blocking to stay focused. So I know what chunks of time that I'm working, what times I need to do content like filming YouTube videos. I'm blocking that time, and for taking care of myself, for meals and things of that sort. And then to keep track of those blocking times so I don't get distracted, I plan on just using timers just to remind myself it's time to move on to the next thing. And I might do different sounds, like this timer indicates that, I don't know, morning time stuff is done and it's time to move on to noon things. I can't do a timer for each, I can't do a sound for each thing, but I can just do a timer to know, like, it's time, whatever you were doing, it's time to wrap it up and move on. Because I waste a lot of time. I get really distracted. Anytime I leave my room and go downstairs, there's always someone in the house. So I just start talking and I end up spending so much time just doing nothing, talking about who knows what. And I'm really trying to cut that off because it's just time that could be spent somewhere else doing something else. Not saying that wasting, like spending time with my family is a waste of time, but I need to be more wise with how I spend my time. And then I have staying in my room when home to not waste time. Exactly what I was talking about. So I just plan on spending more time in my room. And if I'm not in my room, I'm eating meals, I'll schedule time when I need to talk to people. And I plan on keeping my headphones in for a little bit also, just to stay on focus. So this is it's just gonna help me get more done in the day. There's a lot of hours in the day that I feel like I could be doing a lot better with, taking advantage of. So yeah, I'm hoping that's gonna help me keep consistent with this channel also, and just my internet presence, because I'm gonna have more time. So yeah. A focus routine is something that I'm really working on, and that's a big one, of course, because it's my everyday. And the final one is also a big one because it's kind of a big step for me. Not really a big one because I have done this before, but I'm aiming for my own, and that is an apartment, guys. I am about to be 30 in like a few days. Exactly a week from now, I will be 30. I'm done with school for now. I'm done with school until grad school. I think I'm ready for an apartment. So that's definitely on the list of goals for this year, preferably in this quarter of the year and not in the fall or winter. I'd like to move out sooner than later. So some of the things that I'm going to be working on is budgeting. I'm going to be budgeting my money like crazy. I have before, but I'm going to be doing it more strictly. I feel like I've been very irresponsible ever since moving back into my parents' house, because I guess I just knew that I always have something to fall back on. There's no rent being paid, so I could be irresponsible as I can. I have been spending a lot of unnecessary money, so that's something that I'm going to be doing, is cutting back on some spending, really revisiting the bank statements and looking at what I've been spending on. I know I have some subscriptions in there that can be cut. So that's just something that I'm going to be working on in the next few months. Hopefully I can move out. I want to aim for, originally I wanted to aim for February, but because I'm going so hard on my birthday plans, I just don't think that'll be realistic. So also I have in my list for my apartment category is to plan when it is a realistic time to move and the best location. I kind of already have a location in mind, but I will shop around to see if there's something better as far as price goes on rent. Rent can be pretty expensive in Atlanta. So I have my budget in mind and I want to stick to that budget. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and hopefully ultimately I will be moving in the next few months. Fingers crossed, not even fingers crossed, because I'm going to make it happen this year. That definitely needs to happen, is me going into apartment. And I think I feel like my life will just drastically change. I will just have more freedom. I will have more privacy. I will have more focus again. I won't be just so distracted with things going on in my house. I'll be able to stick to a routine easier because all I'll have is me. Yeah, I don't plan on getting roommates, so we'll just see how that goes. Yeah, that's the pretty big one for me. I think they're all pretty big, but also not so big. I would say they're all pretty important. They're all equally important to me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of them are kind of vague and kind of common, kind of basic. Sorry if you think it's basic, but these are important to me. These are my goals. I hope to hear some of your goals. Let me know in the comments below what your goals are for this year, or resolutions. What do you want to add? What do you want to give up? Talk to me, let me know. Add me on Instagram so I can see what's going on in your life. And then of course, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this. And I will see you all in the next one.